to 1923. And this gets a little bit confusing because Sharon reviewed a related TV series which was 1883.
Yes, which is
Yeah.
the first prequel.
Yeah, I get
Yellowstone.
confused. I could get confused about this. First prequel to Yellowstone, and then now this is another prequel to Yellowstone, but a sequel to 1883, which is 1923. This one starring Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. Sean, tell us what it was about.
Okay, so this is 8 episodes. I mean, it's like I said, I know Sharon in the 1883, Sharon reviewed that, but I saw that on the plane coming back from when I was back from America. I watched the whole series and I really enjoyed it. So I was really up for this. And it does disappoint. So basically, it's a time when you're starting to get automobiles, and you're starting. Really, it's the turn of the old west. So, but Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, they still run a ranch. Beef ranch. They've still got cowboys. There's a bunch of them. They've got a family, and then there's some sheep farmers. There's a couple of incidents that go on, and they basically, it's like a lynching, but one of the people that was lynched was survived, and he teams up with a mining company. And so basically, it's just a conflict between the new world. All these things have got fridges. All houses will have electricity from that day. Also, there's another side thing to this. One of the Dutton sons, he is in Africa as a big game hunter. So,
oh yeah,
and he sort of, because of the stuff goes on, some people get killed in the family. He gets a letter. And so it's a little bit of a journey back. He has to make a journey back from Africa, and he meets this English girl, really, really posh English girl, who is absolutely first class. And I didn't realise she was an American, but she plays a really high society English lady, and she's engaged to a high class Englishman, but she falls in love with this and. With the hunter, and they go, and she wants to go with him, and then so you've got, and another side plot is there's a Catholic. They're trying to with Native Americans. They're sort of trying to get them. They call them heathens, and they are horrible. They are foul. They are just, these nuns and priests are just the foulest people you can possibly think of. They torture and they're cruel.
Oh, trying to convert them to get them more civilized.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. So get the heathen out of them. They sort of bathe them with wire brushes and things. Anyway, so without being too many spoilers, there's an incident, and one of the girls does something, and she takes off, and then 3 priests go after her, and then you've got the deputies that go after her. So there's a bit of this manhunt thing. She goes into, so there's like 3 threads running through this film. There's a Native American thread, there's the Duttons, and there's this one where he's in Africa, and it's blooming brilliant. It's an absolutely brilliant series. I can't wait. I can't wait for the next one to come because it's got really, really exciting. Lots of action, really believable, and the relationship between the English girl. I can't think of the actress now. Let's see if I can find out.
Is the English girl called Elizabeth Strafford?
That sounds about right. Yes. Yes.
Michelle Randolph is the actress.
Michelle Randolph, right. So she's here we go. So yeah, totally. And I mean, for me,
yeah, because usually we hear that the other way around. It's like, oh, I didn't realize they were British. They did such a good. Usually, what I get a lot more nowadays is you see somebody in a new show, and you're like, oh my god, that's a good American actress. You look them up, they're Australian.
Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. But the actual relationship between the two of them. The relationship between the two of them is so convincing, really, really incredibly convincing that they are like just totally in love. And there's some incidents, obviously, they just happen to get one of the passages on one of the ships they actually get married on a ship, but one of the passages, the family, her ex-fiance is on this. And she goes, we're still going to go to the captain's table. And she gets all dressed up. And there's an incident, and they have to, the sort of, the British ship goes, this is the British ship. We've had the thing. We're going to have to dump you off. We can't stay here. And we're going. So yes, there's a lot of. It's terrific. It's terrific. Really, really, really top class series. Loving it.
All right. Oh, cool. So how many episodes is it? Do you remember?
8 episodes. There's 8 episodes.
This is on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Because I had a friend asking me earlier this week. He's based in America, and he was like, "Oh, have you seen Yellowstone yet?" And I was like, "No, it's on Paramount Plus. That's another streaming platform, and I do not have money to go."
You see,
to
I haven't
streaming platform.
I haven't seen Yellowstone, but you've seen Yellowstone, haven't you, Sharon?
Only
Have you
some
seen
of them, because because I watched 1883 first, then I
is
started
great.
to watch Yellowstone.
Right.
But again, my subscription I only had it on a temporary
Basis,
free.
yeah.
It was free for so many months, and I didn't get around to watching it all.
Get your brother to do
My
the
brother's
free.
watched them all. My brother's
Has he?
watched all of Yellowstone.
Oh, right. Okay. Yellowstone. Yeah. But I was going to say you could. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. But so no, this is a terrific series. There's 8 episodes. As I say, there's 3 storylines. It's incredibly well
You can get a
acted.
free 7-day trial, but whether I'd be able to commit to a free 7-day trial and then do nothing else but watch the television for 7 days, I don't know if I could commit to that.
I'm
I
still
think
on
it's
my.
one of those ones. I think it's one of those ones you can binge watch. I mean, I was watching it as I had to wait for each episode, so and I couldn't sort of wait. And the last one was this week, so and I thought there was going to be some more, but I only realised this week that was the
finale.
last episode. Episode 8 was the last episode. Yeah, so I've been saving this one. But it's absolutely first class, top, really, really good series. Really, really enjoying it. You've even got who was in The Living Daylights?
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton is a horrible, horrible, rich, incredibly nasty miner.
He does that very well. Timothy
He
Dalton does.
He plays really nasty characters.
He does horrible, nasty, rich man very, very well.
Yeah, very well.
Sinister to him. I don't know why.
What was that he said?
He's slightly sinister looking at times. I think that.
Can be.
Yeah, it can be. I mean, that's what works for him. Like even in Hot Fuzz, which is ostensibly a comedy, you can look at him and just go, "Yeah, he's sinister. There's something up with him."
And like Penny Dreadful, he veered between sort of good and bad in that, didn't he?
Yeah.
Ooh, he was in the last season of The Crown. He was really good. He shows up for one episode in the last season of The Crown, and he manages to turn that thing, like that nastiness thing, off for 45 minutes. But I can also see that this.
I remember him in Flash Gordon.
Prince
Flash Gordon. Prince, I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah,
Prince.
Flash Gordon was like the only other place I'd seen Timothy Dalton in, apart from him as Bond, was Flash Gordon and the TV series of Jane Eyre. He played Mr. Rochester.
He was the best Mr. Rochester as Jane Eyre. My favourite version of Jane Eyre.
Well, that was the random. You know how I always tell you how we got random stuff in Nigeria when I was growing up?
Yeah.
We randomly had that version of Jane Eyre on TV in Nigeria when I was growing up, and I never understood it. I think they showed it out of sequence or something like that, so I could never follow that story. Sense. I was like, what the hell? This is boring as anything. But
that is my favourite version of Jane Eyre.
But I have to say, there is one person in this cast who is rapidly becoming, for me, a signal of this is quality, gotta watch it, she's in it. And that is Jennifer L. Jennifer L has because obviously she was known as the Elizabeth Bennet to Colin Firth, Mr. Darcy, and she has never really had an A-list career where she's the number one name on there. But she just keeps popping up in all these different things, like in Contagion and in The King's Speech and all that. And I really like Jennifer L, and I think that if she's in something, I will give it a go. So maybe one of these days.
Was it House of Elliot? She originally started in House of Elliot, which is going back a lifetime, and it was sort of costume drama about her and a sister who were.
I think that was someone else.
Is it someone?
I did watch House of Elliot.
She might have been in it.
She was in She Said, wasn't she? And she as one of the victims.
Yeah.
And all of the
50 Shades.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. You just made me take back what I said. Okay, fine. I won't watch anything that Jennifer L is in.
There are some good people, disconcertingly, in 50 Shades. Many of them. It's just.
I hope
they're in awfulness.
I hope that they are still counting their money. That's all I can say.
I
hope all the good people in 50 Shades are still counting their money. Anyway, we forgot to ask how many stars for 1923.
Okay. Well, out of the criteria, I don't think I've ever given this for a series before, but I was totally engrossed in it. I was totally, I wasn't like, and I mean, bearing in mind you watch this at home and you can get distracted sometimes. I was totally focused on it. I really enjoyed it. I thought the acting was first class. So this is going to be I don't think I've ever given a streaming service a 5 before, but I'm going to give this one a 5. I'm going to stick my neck on the line and say it's a 5.
Already and straight away, Paramount Plus goes above Netflix in Shom's estimation. So All right, cool. So that is a 5 for 1923.